Man, ain't nobody coming to pay to see Mike Tyson old behind fight, man. Is y'all serious right now? I'm not even doing no intro to this video, man. What started off kind of fun to entertain, Mike Tyson putting the gloves back on, suiting up. I was running with the notion too. You know what I'm saying? I just thought it was just a running joke. We was all involved in it. So I did my little part too. I tweeted. I ain't tweeted in a long time. So I was like, yeah, man, Mike Tyson. But this is starting to seem like it's becoming a real thing. He's back. Let's check out the video. You ever had one of those times when you were like, you were wrong instantly? Like one of them times where you said something out your mouth and you quickly realized as the words were coming out that maybe you're a dummy. I'm a dummy. I would so pay to see that. I would so much pay to see that, bro. Fam, did y'all just watch this 21-second clip? Where does he still get the strength at 53 years old to do that? Bro, we gonna watch this clip a couple more times, and then we're gonna hear Joe Rogan talk about it, because he put out a video talking about Mike Tyson, and it's actually trending, so I want to check it out, but I want to check it out with y'all. But I gotta look at this clip again, bro. Imagine this is you standing in front of Mike, right? Because there's a lot of people like, oh, he 53. Hey, by the way, that intro was just me playing around. Being a dummy, ha, Mike. I always knew you still got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, check this out. Head movement, still there. My head don't even move like his head is moving. Like, head movement, still there. Feet placement. Power, let's just not even speak about power. Did you hear the impact on them gloves? Did you hear the impact on the gloves and the body? I feel like it was a 21-second clip because my man who was holding the gloves and the body gear, I don't think he could take much more. Bro, and then the music in the background sound like just he coming, like a predator or I don't know, man. He's not supposed to be able to still do that. Mike is a freak of nature. He is not supposed to be able to do this at 53 years old, bro. Bro, I just can't tear myself away. All right, let's hear what Joe Rogan got to say, man. Let's hear what Joe Rogan got to say. As he reacts to this as well. And I'm like, bro, like Mike Tyson, power, movement, like that's scary.
Boxers coming back. Evander Holyfield is coming back now.
What? Oh, yeah, I heard that too. He put out a video in sort of like a response. Now, I don't know if they setting this up like this or they've already got together. Don King somewhere to put this thing together and they just building up. And they already got my money. I'm already sold.
What? Yes. Have you seen the Mike Tyson video?
He's like 65.
Mike Tyson's coming back.
What?
Yes, you haven't seen? Dude.
No.
Okay, go to Mike Tyson's page for his most recent video on his Instagram. Get ready for this.
Oh, really?
Get ready for this, because he looks fucking sensational.
What is he, 55? 53.
I think.
Yeah.
I think he's a year older than I am. I'm 52. But he looks fucking incredible.
Really?
Terrifying. Dude,
He was so terrible. Was there anything more exciting than his fights?
They were
Take me back, bro. If he's even half of that, he's still a draw, a boxing draw. If he's even half of that, because what's the knock on Floyd? They always say Floyd fights a boring fight. You know, because of the shoulder roll, he give you the shoulder roll, and you know what I'm saying? He not letting nobody really get close to him and hit him. You know what I mean? So a lot of people's knock on Floyd's fight is that it's a boring fight. You know, when some of us think it's entertaining that you can't hit him and it makes for a good fight sometimes. But whatever your opinion is, Tyson's fights, though?
cultural event.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean,
so exciting.
The only concern was that you were going to spend money and you weren't going to get it back. Look at this.
Right.
You needed volume so you can hear this, too.
Whoa.
I mean, what in the fuck, dude?
Oh, my God.
Dude, he looks like... I'm back.
I'm back.
You know what's really funny?
Oh, my God.
He said on the...
That was fear you heard in the dude's voice who you couldn't see on the mic. I don't even know who that is. That's fear of, man, because you automatically, what you do in your mind psychologically is you automatically, you insert yourself into the dude who's holding the mitts and the body gear. You automatically, you're like, holy, you start thinking like, yo, my frame? Like, he would literally punch through my body with some of those blows, bro. You talking about pissing blood? Man, bro, I would be like liters of blood for Tyson. And I don't know if it's the podcast and him being so soft-spoken nowadays and everything is being just so love and, you know what I'm saying, him being so real on the podcast that people forgot. My intro was just me being funny. I ain't forget. It seems like people forgot who he was. The clips go along, and then after a while, I guess the clips kind of lost its sting to people. So, you know what I mean? And then when you're away from it for so long, people start getting kind of disrespectful with your name. Nah.
The podcast, when he was in here, he said he didn't want to work out again because his ego would get fired up again. And he's actually said that in his post that my ego had been reignited.
Does that mean his rage?
No. See if you can find it.
That his ego would be...
he said...
Because he's like being zen and doesn't want to...
Yeah, he gave a statement about it saying that like his ego has been reignited.
Good for him.
Yeah. Oh,
good for us.
He said something about how the gods of war have brought him out again. It was like really heavy duty shit. I think it's real recent.
Wow.
See if you can find the quote, but it was like, oh my God.
When you were with him,
the gods of war have reignited my ego.
Oh my God.
And I'm ready to go again. Yeah.
Jeez.
He's gonna fight.
How do you think he'd fare against a 28-year-old?
Stamina wise would be the only concern for me before I even know what Joe Rogan is going to say. I want to give y'all my thought. Stamina-wise would be, so if it's, because I'm hearing like maybe charity or some type of exhibition like that is what he may possibly participate in. So if it's 1, 2, 3 rounds, sort of a UFC style, maybe 3 rounds, but UFC, their minutes are long, I think. So no, I wouldn't say that style, but shorter rounds and 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. Nobody want to stand in there with Tyson. It's boxers today that can't stand in there in the ring with him. With, you know how in football they say, you know, the older you get, you start relying on your what's up here and not so much your athleticism. It's what you got upstairs that carries you beyond those years. So how athletes are able to play longer because it's that for him. So he knows what he needs to do to get his body back in shape. He knows what he needs to do inside that ring. He knows that some of the fighters won before we even mixed gloves. He knows, like, you're talking about somebody that's a veteran. You know what I mean? So he has an advantage over a lot of inexperienced fighters.
I don't know. It depends on the 28-year-old. But I think that you for sure need a guy who's really good at fighting to keep him off you.
Yeah.
Even if you're in your 20s.
Right.
Here, Mike Tyson explains his desire to fight again. I feel unstoppable now. The gods of war have reawakened me. And he said something about his ego firing up. See if you can find that quote. Because that was one of the things that he actually talked about in the podcast. The gods of war have awakened me. They've reignited my ego and want me to go to war again.
Whoa.
Holy shit, that's so terrifying. That's so...
Even Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan's a fighter. You ever seen some of Joe Rogan clips? Go check him out. Joe Rogan ain't no pushover either. Don't think it's just somebody behind a microphone.
Terrifying. Here's
great.
the thing, man. If they don't drug test him,
Uh-huh.
they don't test him for hormones.
Yeah.
Things are way different.
What do you mean?
Because if he takes hormones, if he's taking
Right.
testosterone, growth hormone, thyroid hormone, all the things that people do when they take hormone replacement therapy, your body functions way better at a way later age. It's different.
Right.
It's very different. So
I did not know that. That is the first time I've ever heard that. I didn't know that. He was on. Somebody needs to break that down for me. I hope Joe Rogan goes in a little more in depth of it, but somebody break that down. I did not know he was on hormones.
So if we're talking about like being a 53-year-old man in 1985, there's no chance.
Right.
Everybody fell apart. Like you'd have to like be a really, really, really rare person who doesn't take hormones and can perform like a 30-year-old when you're in your 50s. But when you're on hormones, you can kind of do it. There's like a guy. There's a few guys that were in the UFC. One of the bigger examples is Vitor Belfort. Vitor Belfort, who's a phenomenal fighter, a real legend. He was in the first. He won the first tournament that I ever worked on. That was at UFC 12 in 1997. So he was 19 years old back then.
Okay.
And then when he was in his late 30s, he had a giant resurgence. And it was when they made testosterone replacement therapy legal for fighters.
Oh.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of fighters that got on these testosterone replacement therapy exemptions. And they're taking testosterone, but they had an old man's brain, but their body moved like a younger man. So it's basically they had all of the experience of a lifetime of fighting, but because of the hormones, their body actually performed like someone way, way younger than them.
Like how much younger do you think?
I don't know. It depends on the body. It depends on what kind of damage you're dealing with. Like what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Whether or not it can bring you back 10 years or 5 years or who knows. But with these fighters, the thing is they were never really out of shape. And some of them, there's quite a few of them, in fact, and I'm not going to name any names, but some of them needed those hormones because they had done steroids. So when you do steroids, it shuts down your endocrine system. Your endocrine system doesn't make the proper hormones anymore. And so they needed, it was a real weird sort of conundrum because everyone was kind of knew this, but there was a weird loophole that went on for a few years. It was a real gray area in MMA. And so say a fighter could go to the doctor and say, hey, I want to get a blood test and see what my testosterone levels are because I am feeling very tired. And they look at it and they test. They go, oh, look at this. Your testosterone levels are low. You could take this hormone and inject it into your body every week. Now you're eligible for testosterone replacement therapy. But the thing is, they might have, like the whole reason why they needed it in the first place might have been that they were using it illegally. So it's a weird thing you're rewarding because the testing wasn't very good. And some of these guys that are a part of this, were a part of this testosterone replacement therapy thing, they were ones that were kind of accused of possibly using performance enhancing drugs.
That might be why he said, I'm just going to do something, you know what I mean? Like for charity or something like that. That might be why he's going that route. I don't care. You put it anywhere, slap a price tag on it, which is not too. I'm paying and watching. I'm watching Mike Tyson. Like, I will spend a Friday night, Saturday, or whatever the case is, and watch Mike Tyson fight again. I don't know what it is about Tyson that's is just the animalistic instinct. It's just his aura. It's his. You're gonna be on the edge of your seat wondering if he's gonna knock him out in the first round. It's all those elements combined that is a draw for me. I'm in.
Past. Right. So then they get to use them legally.
Right.
And Vitor, dude, I'm telling you, everyone in the MMA community would talk about TRT Vitor. TRT Vitor was a guy who was in his 30s. He'd been fighting a long fucking time.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, he was moving like a demon again.
Right.
And just smashing people.
Right.
You ever see him fight?
No.
Do me a favor, pull up Vitor Belfort versus Luke Rockhold. Because that was one of the perfect examples. And they're fighting, I don't know if it was in Brazil or what.
Yeah.
But Vitor had muscles on his teeth when he was weighing in for that fight.
Oh, my God.
It was crazy. And he just blitzkrieged.
And it was okay to do.
It was legal.
Right.
What he was doing was legal.
Right.
It was, and then it took a while before everybody went, hey. What
Hold
the fuck?
on a
What's
minute.
going on? This is not, we can't do this. And so then the UFC went the whole other way, and they brought in USADA. And the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency now handles everything, and they randomly test fighters in the middle of the night, and people get popped for stuff all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're really strict, man.
Do you
Kelvin
think they should be?
Gastelum just got popped for marijuana. They have a pretty liberal range. It's a pretty generous range that you can have. So watch this. First of all, look at Vitor. He's the one in the red.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Just a rock.
shredded. Now watch this wheel kick. Check this out. Set it up. Bang!
Oof.
Dude, fucking Vitor, when he was on the TRT, was one of the scariest guys that ever lived.
Up into his traps.
Yeah, look at him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dudes avoided the fuck out of him. Look at this wheel kick.
I'm telling you. And Mike is that dude, too, that people will avoid. Like, they'll talk trash from afar. But they don't want them problems, man. Because also you don't know what extent he'll go to. It's another, like, caveat for me. You don't know to what extent. Like, he told somebody, I'll eat your kids. Like, do y'all remember the I'll eat your kids? Come, you don't know. Man, it's just like this bully walking down and he got your ball and you got to go get it back. But the bully is Mike Tyson.
Dude.
It's like a pit bull.
Oh, my goodness. He looked like a demon. He looked like a demon back then. There's a few of his fights from that era, that were just absolutely terrifying.
Do you think that it should be that strict against these drugs in the fighting? It should, yeah.
Yes. It's because it's competition.
Keep it pure, yeah.
It's not for your health.
Right.
I mean, I take testosterone replacement. I think for your health, it's a good move when you get older. It makes your body work better. But for fighting, there's a weird gray area. Like, when should it be legal?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to let people take it after they're 45?
Right.
My point is, if they don't test Tyson and Holyfield and all these guys for testosterone replacement and growth, we might see some crazy shit.
We might see some great fights.
He's a
some
perfect
fun pay-per-view.
I do not know. Maybe he's not on anything, and maybe he's just a special athlete.
Right.
Lord knows Herschel Walker was. Herschel Walker was a guy who fought in Strikeforce after he played in the NFL.
I didn't know that. I thought he was gonna talk about how Herschel Walker was in like college and like high school or whatever it was. How he used to just eat candy and junk food, but he just had an insane workout, like just regimen that he would do, and his body would just stay like they would just like he just ate crazily, but his workout routine was just so crazy that it never bothered him or affected him.
And was really successful. It was terrifying. Like, people were avoiding him.
Yeah.
People that were like lifelong martial artists, like, fuck that guy, because he was a super athlete. And obviously Mike Tyson was a super athlete when he was young.
God.
No one when they're 20 usually can move like that. And here he is, 53, moving like a world champ, throwing bombs. Again, it's only on the pads. We don't know what happens if he spars.
Right.
But
But still.
But you have to
like the praying mantis. If he makes the first move,
you have to,
he's going to rip your head off.
You have to look at that and go, look. Let's not get crazy. Look how fast he's going.
I know.
Look how scary he is. That's what makes us think of Mike Tyson when he was in his prime.
Oh, when he'd come out, no socks.
Oh, my God.
Just those leathers.
Dude, my favorite ever was the Marvis Frazier fight because it was really like an execution.
Yeah.
It was Marvis Frazier also was like a really good fighter and was Joe Frazier's son. And you knew what was going to happen.
In like
Tyson was just
20 seconds.
Tyson was just, he was a different thing. Man.
Yeah. He just came into the ring. Yeah.
We had never seen a boxer like him before, where it was just like every fight was an execution.
It was brutal.
Yo, I'm serious, man. Like, they got my blood, like, pumping right now. Because, and like Joe said, you know, we don't know what would happen if Tyson get hit. You know, it could, if he got hit, it could kind of affect him differently at this stage and this age of his life. You know, it could be different, but, you know, the unknown is intriguing. The unknown is just so appealing to me that I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Brute, no frills, no nothing, no robe.
No sock most of the time. I mean, no socks, no robe most of the time.
Yep. Just coming to the ring.
Sometimes he had a towel around his neck. Sometimes he didn't even have that.
God, he wasn't going to be there long.
No, man. He was, and you would see the look in the guy's eyes when they would see him across the ring, like, oh my God, what the fuck did I sign up for?
So exciting. When you were with him, when he was here.
I heard a dude, he's like, so exciting. Man, we are some savages, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is still a menacing physical guy, or did you feel like?
Well, he's real nice.
Yeah, I know
he's a real nice guy, but he's still.
But does he still have that? You know, guys that were tough in their youth, you still feel that thing.
Oh yeah, but he's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who said it best? What was the UFC fighter that was saying like it's like hanging out with a? Oh, was it Kevin Lee? I think it was Kevin Lee.
Yeah.
It was Kevin. It sounds like something Kevin would say. It's like he goes. It's like you're next to a lion. And he's like,
right.
And he's like, oh yeah, that's Mike Tyson. Like that way to describe it is the perfect way to describe being around him. Like
perfect.
you just want him to like you.
Right.
You want to be nice to him, and you also
be cool.
You can't believe he's here.
Yeah.
You know he's here.
It's like a mythical figure sitting next to you.
Dude, he asked me about fighting. Like, what did I ever do? And I've never felt more like a fraud in my life. Just telling about the stupid shit that I did a little Taekwondo tournaments and had a couple kickboxing fights. And I felt like such a bitch. I could feel it.
Yeah,
I could feel it in the air.
That's like the worst.
He's a cultural icon.
Yeah.
If you stop and think about it, like from our generation, like to be around him is like, what? Are you a real thing? You're right here.
It's like being with Thor or Zeus.
And if you watch like some of his podcasts, you could look at some people in their eyes and their heart of hearts, you know, they're just like in awe of Tyson. They're fearful of Tyson, just being around him. And that was the perfect way to put it, man. It's just like you're around this lion and he's just being nice and cordial and cool, but you still in your mind know that he is a lion. I'm the lion. So let me just play nice and hope. You know, I don't kind of tick him because it could go there from 0 to 100. 0 to 100 real quick. You know what I mean? So, man, listen, Tyson is Tyson. I'm here for it. I'll pay for it. I'll watch it. I'll rewatch it. Like, everything about that just screams, yes, 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 yes. I'll probably watch it with some homeboys, like get in there just to talk trash. Like I could see picture that whole night how it could go, man. And it'll just be a dope experience, just nostalgic and just to have fun, man. Like I'm here for it. Whatever he does, I'm here for it. As soon as I cut this off, I'm rushing to Instagram so I can follow him to keep up with it. Like right now. I'm out.